You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
And today on our Motivation and Mindset Monday, I have a really great episode, or at least I hope it will be. And the reason why I'm excited about this one is I get to share with you a little bit about my own personal philosophies and why I really think that my life has gotten easier over the past few years, even though it's gotten more complicated, right? I have 2 young girls now. I have a second location for my practice. We have twice as many team members. We have twice as many wellness clients and body transformation clients. We never did anything online really before. Now we have a really flourishing online. I do more social media posts and like this, things are pretty busy, but I feel like things are almost just more orderly now. And one of the things that I see in my practice is that so many people live their life in really chaos and really not knowing what they're going to do or decisions they're going to make from one moment to the next. And that can be extremely, extremely frustrating because if you don't have a personal philosophy on life, if you don't know what decisions you're going to make when a question comes up, you're always using all this brain power and all this willpower to get through certain situations. So I want to share with you something that I've developed over the past really 20 years. And for me, it really has been a 20-year journey. I thought life was, pretty good until I was about, 17 years old or so. And the reason why is, I was just a regular kid, played sports in high school, studied, did all those great things. And all of a sudden one day, literally out of the blue, I woke up, I couldn't swallow, I couldn't walk. My whole body was just devastated, literally devastated. And no one could figure out what was wrong for many years. And so I had to change my life's philosophy. I had to go from a person that was extremely frustrated because I went from just really enjoying playing sports and studying all those things to having brain fog, having fatigue. I couldn't do anything. My whole body was really shot. And so I had to read. And I'll be honest, reading saved my life. It really did. I know that might sound like dramatic or whatever it is, but reading other people's philosophies, reading how other people struggled and got through it, helped me to get through it and also helped me change a lot of my maybe hot-temperedness and stubbornness and all of those different things and just gave me a much broader perspective. But the big thing I want to talk about today, more so than anything else, is that I don't have to use as much, brain power and all of these things nowadays. And the reason is that I have this personal philosophy, these laws, these rules that I set up for myself. So when someone asks me if I want this particular food, the answer is easy. I either eat it or I don't. It's just part of it. It just makes it so much easier. Maybe on Tuesdays I can have it. No, and I'm going to share some of my personal philosophies with you today. And I'm not, believe me, I am not perfect by any means. And every day I'm still trying to grow. I'm just less hard on myself now, or at least I try to be, because I understand that we're all on this journey that none of us we will never perfect it. And that's the thing. I used to be this big perfectionist and that would drive me crazy and I wouldn't even release anything. It would take me years to write, a lot of my books or an article. And the reason is that I wanted to be absolutely perfect. And now I sit down, I don't have any notes, I do a podcast, and whatever comes out is how I'm feeling for that day. It might not be perfect. I might have forgot to say certain things. I might have left certain things out that I would like to have said, but it's enough. And I'm okay with that. And I do believe that if I can start to share a little bit of what I've learned, hopefully it will resonate with you, or maybe not every episode, but some episodes will, and that will get you to take a little bit of action. So instead of kind of dancing around the topic, let me share with you some of my own personal philosophies, things that I live by, things that I don't compromise on. Now, am I perfect with them 100% of the time? No, but I certainly try to be. And then hopefully you'll start to see what I'm doing and then create your own personal philosophies for things that are important to you. I'm only going to share a few with you. Now, I have different philosophies on everything from how I eat, to how I exercise, to what I do for business, what I do for work. all of those different things. So let me share just 6 with you right now, okay? And they're pretty short. So this, instead of calling them rules I live by, because I don't like the, confinement of rules, I'd rather say this is my philosophy. This is how I choose to live life. You might completely disagree with it and just think I'm completely insane for having these. And that's okay, because we all get to choose our own philosophy on life. And again, we don't always get to implement it right away, but that can be the philosophy that we're working towards. And that's just as important. It really is. Okay, so the first one I wrote is, I do not go out late or have any alcohol if I have client appointments the next day. So this is big for me. I call it a school night. It's basically I have an exam the next day is how I call it. I believe that if someone is coming to me in my practice, for the most part, they're coming to see me as a wellness-based client in my practice, or I'm doing a Skype call anywhere in the world. And they most likely have seen a dozen other doctors. They've talked with multiple specialists. They have digestive issues that they've never been able to figure out, anxiety, autoimmune, fatigue, whatever it might be, skin issues. And they are looking to me, and a lot of times they're saying, you're my last hope. This is it. I'm not going to do anything else if you can't get me well. And that's a lot of pressure. But again, I feel very comfortable with that. I always have, and that's because I told myself I would not go into natural medical practice. I would not do that if I did not have the answers to help people. I felt I owed it to other people, just like I didn't like going to doctors when I was younger and they had zero answers for me. Not only do they have zero answers, they didn't even seem to care. And the other thing is they wouldn't even listen to my story. And the other thing is they wouldn't even make a stab at it. They wouldn't even say, well, you might want to look into this. It was just nothing. It was like, you're totally fine. Nothing's wrong with you. Even though I clearly wasn't. I had glands coming out of the side of my neck. I could barely swallow. I could barely stand. My heart rate was always over 100. Like it was, obviously there were things wrong with me. Anyway, we won't go back to this subject. So what I say is I'm going to be well rested. I'm not going to drink alcohol. I'm going to have a clear mind when I sit down with someone that next day. And again, I'm not someone who drinks alcohol a lot anyways, but there are times when it might be a business dinner, or it might be with my wife, or it might be whatever. And I'll go to dinner, but I will not go out late that night. I will make sure that I'm as well rested as I can, barring any little ones waking us up in the middle of the night. All right, so number 2 is I do not eat dairy. So under almost no circumstances will I ever eat dairy. And that means milk, cheese, or anything like that. And the reason is this. Dairy is one of the main things that does not affect me within 24 hours. I don't get any cramping. I don't get any gas. I don't get any stomach issues. Never have. Couple days later, my immune system will start to be a little lower. I'll start to feel a little sluggish, and I will start to get congestion in my sinuses. Now, keep in mind, this is called an IgG immune-based reaction. I wish I knew about this 20 years ago. This is why I promote so strongly the IgG food sensitivity test, and the reason is it will show you if you have this delayed response with dairy sensitivity, and it wears on your immune system 24 to 72 hours later. It's an amazing lab. We have it on my online store. You can check it out if it works for you. So I don't eat dairy. That's the bottom line. Maybe once a year. That's all. I mean, that really is it. I do enjoy it. I really do. I love it. And I can do okay with a little bit of goat cheese, but absolutely no milk, no dairy. I just won't do it. Number 3. But going back to that, but that also makes the decision easy, right? Even if it's a cheat meal, let's say I'm going out and I'm having pasta, I really enjoy pasta, all those things, but it's in a cream sauce. I just won't do it. Like it's very simple. I already made up my mind, and now I don't have to go, oh, should I have it? No, it's just that's part of my personal philosophy. And it takes a while, obviously. It doesn't happen overnight. Number 3, I do not pay attention to name calling, copycats, etc. Meaning like once you start to, put yourself out there in public, a lot of people could take shots at you. That's okay. They just have a different philosophy. And in Boston, there's other natural practitioners, and they see that we're booked out, a month, 2 months in advance, and the practitioner might see exactly what I'm doing online. They copy a lot of what I do. They copy, how I put together a personalized wellness plan and how I, run my practice, all those different things. People bring this to me all the time. Like I would never even notice that, but like other team members on my team or assistants or whatever it might be, they'll say, hey, this person's copying you. And I say, it's okay. It's no big deal. Unless they're doing something literally that's a proprietary thing that they're, doing. And again, I still wouldn't pay attention to it. That would just be a legal issue that I'm not going to handle. Someone else is going to handle that for me. But I can't pay any attention to it, and neither should you. So if someone's trying to break you down because you're starting to maybe move away from the crowd, meaning like you're trying to eat better, you're trying to lose weight, and some of your friends who don't want to go down that path of saying, why are you doing that? You look fine, you shouldn't do that. What are you too good for us? No, you just move away from that. You kind of silence that, you do your own thing for a while, and if they're still, those good friends, you'll be okay with you, you'll be stronger, you'll be able to then hang out with them. But again, I can't have that negativity in my life. There's too much that I want to accomplish, too much I want to do, too much I want to move forward with, and I can't have people dragging me down. And so I just don't pay attention to the noise. I just move on. Number 4, I will never compromise my integrity or promote a product for money. This is really important to me because I have, we'll call them joint venture deals, whatever you want to call them. Business people contact me, email me at least once a week saying, hey, do you want to do this, a partnership or whatever? We want to promote X, Y, and Z. And I've been offered some really great money to promote products, a lot of times nutritional supplements, and I just won't do it. I mean, that's just the bottom line. I'm not going to do it. All I have in this world, I feel, is my name. That's it. My website is my name. I'm not going to compromise who I am for whatever amount of money. It does not matter because this is a practice. This is something that I want to do for the rest of my life. And hopefully that's going to be meaning doing podcasts, writing articles, doing all of these things for the next 30, 40 years. Maybe I'll take a little time off after that. So it's just something I'm just not willing to do. And to be honest, I think integrity is a big thing. You have to go to work. You have to be able to put yourself out there, never worrying about that someone will question what you're doing. People will always will, right? But at least you can sleep well at the end of the night. I like to sleep well at night. All right, number 5, I will be home for dinner with my family 5 out of 7 nights. So why 5 out of 7? Why not 7 out of 7? Well, right now, where I'm at in my practice, I'm doing my best to oversee a few thousand appointments per month. I'm also busy seeing wellness-based clients myself, again, in Boston, and also through Skype consulting that I do every single month. And then I do a lot of consulting as well for great companies starting up that are doing just amazing genetic and functional medicine lab testing that I help them out with. And it takes a lot of my time, and it takes time, and I love doing it. But I'm not at the 7 out of 7 yet. I want to be, and I will. But for right now, I'm at 5 out of 7 and 7 out of 7, I'm always home to tuck my 2 girls in at night, and usually right around bath time to be able to give them a bath. So that is something that's always been important to me. I do believe that if it's possible to really share that meal with family at night. Now, it's not possible for everyone. I totally understand that, and I'm doing my best, and this is something that I want to get even better at, but it's a personal value of mine. It's not a personal value of everyone's, but it is for myself. Number 6, the last one, no matter how challenging events become, I know I've survived in the past and will again. And this is very difficult in the moment. I'm not going to belittle this topic. When really tough life events happen, they can be really challenging, and we all have them. No one escapes. No one escapes the challenges of life. Ever since the dawn of time, since writing, you can see all of these different epics, and everything is about the challenges, the struggles in life. We all struggle. Every single one of us struggle. And my big thing is this, is that you're going to struggle. So expect that the struggle will eventually come. Don't concentrate it, understand it, but just look back. Look back at all the events in your life and how you've survived them. Me getting extremely sick, really losing everything almost 20 years ago or so, that was the worst thing that's ever happened to me and the best thing that's ever happened to me. If I can go through that, if I can survive that, if I can really have almost lost it all and come back and grown from that, I know that whatever happens in the future, I'll be able to survive that as well. And that wasn't the last thing, of course. Things have happened since then. But I'm stronger because of it, and I can appreciate it, and I can see the value in it as well. Now, I don't want to say that I'm happy that bad things have happened before in my life, but what I can say is this, is that I'm going to use those experiences to get something positive out of it. I'm not happy that those things happened, but I am grateful that I'm able to take those lessons and now carry them forward so that hopefully I can prevent some of those things from maybe happening in the future. But if they do happen, I know that I'm going to survive. I know that I'm going to pull through. I know that it's a matter of time, and then I'm going to do my best, do everything I can in my power to really push through, push forward, and just, I know that I'll survive. That's my big philosophy, is that no matter how hard it is, and things are going to get tough, I know that they will, probably at some point again. I'm not looking forward to it. I don't want it to happen, but I'll know that I'll be able to draw from past experiences, and I hope you're able to see that light as well. So I'm not sure if this episode helped you. Maybe it was more therapy for myself. What I'd love you to do, if you'd like episodes like this, just send me a note. I mean, that's it. Really, just go to stevencabral.com/Ask Cabral. And if it can help, and if you like episodes like that, feel free to share, and I'd be happy to do more of them for you. Remember, this isn't much about you as it is obviously me trying to get my word out, trying to get my mission across to others, and that's simply spreading knowledge. Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you everyone for tuning into the Cabral Concept, and please do feel free to share any episodes that you feel would help. Are you ready to heal yourself and then go on to heal others? If so, the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute can help you discover proven functional medicine protocols that blend the best of 7 different healing disciplines from around the world. I personally share with you the exact handouts and protocols I use in my private practice that enable people to get well, lose the weight, and live longer, stronger. I want to pass this information on to the next generation of health coaches, and that is exactly why I created IHP. We are the future of the health coaching industry, and the skills and knowledge you will learn will make you an in-demand certified health coach anywhere in the world. Although we have many medical professionals taking the IHP certifications, no experience is necessary, and half our members have no previous health certifications. At the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute, our motto is a health coach in every home. Our goal is that you take this knowledge and then share it with family, friends, loved ones, your community, or in a practice where you create a career you love and can be proud of. The global IHP community is filled with some of the most kind and caring people in the world, and we can't wait to welcome you into our world soon. For more information or to set up a discovery call with one of our IHP Health Coach graduates, simply head over to integrativehealthpractitioner.org.